We live.
Hey y'all, it's Tony B.
It's Jen Bunny.
And I'm Britt.
And we are the Groupchat Live out of Houston, Texas. We're one of the livest podcasts in the city you will ever find. And we came to tap into the conversation with the Brothers Podcast. So hey y'all.
Hey.
What's going on, ladies? This is the Brothers Talk. This is the Brothers Talking Shit podcast. This is episode 76. No, you ain't hit the wrong button. This shit is really going on. All right. This is episode 76. I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, better known as the man who got no problem calling you broadish, and the FBFG is back. Broadish. And the FBFG is back. Let's go. Can we get our intros off?
Can we get our intro? Can we go? Can we go?
We let y'all get y'all little, we the hottest in Houston, and me. We let y'all do all that.
Go ahead, we're all ears.
And this is Rel, a.k.a. Iceberg Shorty, a.k.a. the king of controversial comments. I said what I said. I'm at where I'm at. And oh yeah, I'm the man of international mystery.
It's Cool Mike, a.k.a. Dr. Mike, a.k.a. the People's Podiatrist, also known as your favorite foot doctor. They call me Saturday Night Mike, Dropship Shorty, Crypto Cool, and I'm coming to you from the Prophetic Podcast, Brothers Talking Shit with the Group Chat Live.
With your cool ass.
Yeah.
Well, you already know what it do. It's your homie boy Jew, aka the Charm Guy, also known as Juice. And also from H-Town, ready to get it in tonight. I think we're gonna have a pretty spectacular show.
A.k.a. the Big Beard Bandit, a.k.a.
The Big Beard Bully.
Butterscotch.
His stripper name is Butterscotch.
The Black Skip Bayless, you know what I'm saying?
Black Skip Bayless, yes.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Shit.
All right, let's
man.
go.
All right, ladies, what's up, man? Y'all ready for war? How y'all feeling about this whole war situation, man?
Are y'all ready?
Listen, hold up.
Really doesn't
Hold
like
up.
debating.
Oh, no, we ain't debating. We just talking. Listen.
You know what happened about that? When the memes first started coming out, I really did think that shit was real funny. Like all the memes they was making about, oh, I'm not going, if I get drafted, I'm gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. But then when people start making it a more serious issue and saying that it wasn't funny, then that made me really, really think, nigga, these niggas may not come back.
Where they come from?
Him, he asked about it.
He took it so literal. He took it literally.
I thought you were talking about
No.
He was. I thought he was. What you talking
I was
about?
just saying.
I think you were more so talking like a battle of the sexes type of situation.
No,
right?
I was actually talking about the Trump shit. That was really
Oh,
funny.
Right. Yeah, Britt.
See,
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Texas, you gotta be. Their minds are.
No, literally, like this whole, how y'all feeling about the whole Trump situation, this whole Iran situation?
You know what? I think we could take him out. Y'all think we can take him out? Because that shit looking real good. We could go to Bali Beach. We go to Thailand. We could buy us some shit.
You talking about taking out the president?
Yeah. No, I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that.
You trying, listen, hold up.
Anything like
Talking
that.
Y'all trying to
about
shut up.
Iran, yo.
Y'all trying to shut our podcast down.
I just think it's
Yes, I was thinking of this flag.
I just got my Instagram there. She's trying to take a real nigga down. I just kind of feel, okay, let me just get it together. I just think it's all about politics, and you have to just get down to the basics. If people didn't get out and vote, and if more people got out and voted in their small local elections, then we wouldn't have this problem with our president, because we need to get more Democrat representatives. Yeah, we got people in there. Yeah, y'all have impeached them, but it still has to go to the Senate, and it still has to pass through there. If we wouldn't be at this point, had we got our shit together. So while we out here condoning our homeboys for being rappers, mixtape, you need to say your nigga to go get registered. Go tell your people to get registered. Take your don't go buy her. Well, buy her bag after. Go take her to get registered. Like, you got to be a real nigga about shit. Like, we got to start holding ourselves accountable for the way things are doing. Now, back to the other shit. What's going on? Okay.
How do y'all feel?
I did my time.
Iran is literally a sixth of the size of the United States, right? So very small, right? The United States is 6 times the size of Iran. And we've been at war 222 out of 239 years of the whole country. So it's never a big deal. It just seems like generationally it's always another thing, right? But Black Twitter runs this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? We like a year away from nigga Navy. Y'all remember when Fox News said Trump wants nigga Navy? Black Twitter took off with that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. We take that shit out if we want to. I still, my conspiracy theory is we want to.
Black Twitter is gonna be one of our worst enemies if we don't learn how to maintain that community. Because Black Twitter is good, quote unquote, but it can make our community look bad. It's like the whole thing when you in a room full of white people and the Black girl is twerking and they're like, oh my God, she's dancing. They're not really happy that you're dancing. You're doing what white people expect. You're entertaining them. You're doing what they expect. So sometimes the shit that go on Black Twitter, we're doing what people expect. And if you don't want people to expect that out of you, don't give them a show to expect it.
Well, don't you think that we still do need an outlet, though?
I didn't say stop, but y'all be on some coon shit.
I don't know.
I agree, sister. I agree.
They be cool.
Some shit is just be like, nigga, it's you.
It is you. It's us. Exactly.
I mean, hold on. Black Twitter single-handedly made a chicken sandwich.
Right.
Like,
they did the Popeye chicken. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right.
I ain't had it yet. I ain't had it.
That's how I got the momentum.
Yeah. Because it had big came out, then when it came back out again, people started tweeting about the shit.
But no.
Free promo.
A specific girl.
Listen, they never had a commercial or anything until now. They got a commercial for it. Single-handedly, Black Twitter single-handedly blew that shit up.
Someone said it started with one girl.
It wasn't a girl. It was a meme. It was a meme with the sandwich. It was a couple people that posted about it and just blew it up. But the sandwich had already been out. But it's like niggas, took it all the way to the point to where people were fighting over this shit, man. Like niggas was actually fighting over this.
Dude got stabbed in PG County. Dude died. They was in the Popeye chicken line.
Yeah.
Stabbed him up.
Yeah.
For a fucking sandwich.
He was in line.
The number one thing that's killing y'all, because Black people number one health issues is heart disease, cancer, and immune deficiencies. We already stay behind because most Black people have immune system diseases, lupus, genetic diseases. We don't get tested because we don't have health insurance because we not holding that shit accountable. And y'all out here getting some steroid ass, soggy chicken ass, nasty ass Popeye's chicken shit.
You make better chicken in your kitchen. What do we act
do.
like?
I do.
Grandmamas be frying this shit in the can.
You don't count.
Yeah, you don't count.
Don't judge
check it
me.
out.
Don't
check it
judge
out.
me.
Talking about entertainment, right? You talk about entertainment. That's what the fuck niggas became. After slavery, we became a bunch of fucking entertainers. That's your greatest fucking export is fucking entertainment. And what they do, fucking Uber Eats got fucking the Migos delivering the shit. You could get that shit without no delivery fee. Why? They know
they got
that we
much
fucking
money
control the masses.
Yes, they have too much money to have took a deal to get a pop. That is such a country. Y'all got the Migos, a black ass, soulful ass niggas. Y'all are the face of Popeye's chicken.
Hold on, not only that. They the face. Ain't they on the Sprite commercial too?
No, that's that little
That's right. They got
that's right. They got the Sprite, but they on the
driving big wheels. Oh, big
They
wheels.
have Sprites though.
Yeah,
but Popeyes, I don't I don't want to be into that. Like, don't. Let me.
They couldn't even get the Popeyes black lady to do a commercial.
We
want to talk about that? That shit weird.
Promoting it? I don't understand.
I just think they are already stereotypical Black people that get money. We have a whole bunch of jewelry, we got a whole bunch of cars, we flashy, we all of that. And then you have a chicken endorsement. Y'all could have got an endorsement a lot of places. They've already made a mockery out of Black people with the chicken sandwich. And then
y'all remember Mary J. Blige sang that chicken, crispy chicken commercial?
Yeah, I remember. They took it down for that.
Hey, here's the thing.
We still doing that? Ham a day for chicken.
It's like, have you ever seen a Whole Foods commercial, or have you ever seen a commercial with healthy eating catered to niggas? Do you see niggas a part of that? And that's my whole thing. So let me take something like for you ladies that you may would be able to recognize. So like Cullen and Reed Road. You got what? It's a McDonald's there. It's isn't a
A beauty
Popeyes over there somewhere?
supplies.
Yeah,
Popeye.
Walgreens.
It's chicken.
It's
There's no.
KFC.
It is a food desert. Okay, I mean that Fiesta, they got that Fiesta there, but I think they're
And then
eventually gonna
That is not
take that-
healthy food.
yeah.
That's genetically
yeah,
modified vegetables.
all this shit. So that's our neighborhood. So when you say what's the problem with Amigos or someone representing a company like that, it's like we're constantly, constantly perpetuating unhealthy shit that
But-
niggas need to
But
be
that's
on
a
all
vital
the
part
time.
of the black community.
It is a vital.
That's what makes us us. And I don't think that, we can promote healthy eating, blah, 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 blah. But like those places are staples. So I like not go there no
but we
more.
can have a healthy staple. Just the same, but it will come into us justifying our own neighborhoods and then wanting to bring it
Yeah,
back.
my
The same
grandma's
way.
not gonna go and get no food.
There you go. But
Yeah.
okay, so Aldi on OST.
It
So
is.
you got
Yeah.
OST right there, and if you're from
Right.
Houston, you know that's like right in the middle, like the Union and then Third Ward on the other side.
Right.
They need an Aldi on Cullen on y'all end, because from that end all the way to dead end, it's only Fiesta, Watkins, Sheffield,
Exactly.
and Oklahoma.
Exactly.
They talking a lot of Houston shit.
And I don't even think Watkins owned by anybody black. Really, like Pie Burns and Watkins, they really aren't owned by black
They
people.
outsold it. No, they sold it
No,
out.
They sold it. Pie Burns been sold out.
Yeah, because
So with that-
black people get so mad about gentrification, but we do not want to gentrify our own neighborhood. Be a real nigga, go take $2,000 of their income tax and go buy you some motherfucking land in South Park. Take that shit, sit on that shit. In 5 years, they're going to bring a Walmart to Sunnyside. There is now about to be a toll lane, a new highway, 16 and 288, and that other thing. They're gonna put a Walmart there.
Hey,
Yo,
guess how much they selling houses for in South Park right now? They're selling houses in that bitch for $140. Like those new houses that they redone for $140.
Yes.
Cause I'm trying to get one over there. I want some houses over there.
Me too,
Trying to
friend.
see shit.
I'll send you a link because they got some nice ones up out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you some.
Send me a link too.
But
Hey, yeah.
that can be us. It's nothing but Hispanic people and white people building those homes. If we put our own money back into our own neighborhoods, we could bring a health food store. We could bring a soul food vegan place over there. We could have more eating choices. If we start raising our kids to work at Chick-fil-A when they're teenagers, one of our little black kids could open a Chick-fil-A in Sunnyside. The nearest Chick-fil-A is Maryland or 45 and 45 in Gulfgate. That is about a 25 to a 30-mile radius. So black kids who cannot get on the bus have never had something like that. But that's an account for
they
you.
don't get Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I was
That's
like,
just
It's that ain't their fault.
yeah, it's expensive. Yeah.
that's just like it ain't no Trader Joe's in the hood. You don't see no Trader Joe's in the hood.
Hey,
The only
that's
Trader
in
Joe's.
the hood, and it's a Trader Joe's downstairs from my house.
That's not the
Oh,
real.
is it?
This is the Bellway.
My house, no, it's not. The Trader Joe's is right by my house.
Oh,
On
yeah,
Country and West Belford.
yeah, we can go in.
Yeah, but it's a Trader Joe's right there.
That was for me.
It look nasty. That Trader Joe's be looking nasty.
Hey, but Fondren and West Belford though, like over there, like in that area, it's some shit going on where people got some shit coming up. Like the Jewish community, they got some fucking
Yeah.
mansions back up in that little neighborhood, bro. For real, they do. It's a lot of shit going on, so they have money over there.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. All right. Listen, we done had our Houston geographical part of the programming go down. I got a question for y'all. Now that we got the ladies on board, this Lil Fizz and April thing. I don't know if y'all heard.
Something I can talk about.
Come on, friends.
Something I can talk about. Come on.
All right.
Something I can
All right,
talk
so
about. That's political.
let me ask y'all. First of all, let me ask y'all about just the whole thing of it. Just the whole her dealing with Amarion, then dealing with Fizz. That ain't cool, right? And I mean, they're not together no more though. So end of the day, hold on before you go, because I know you're about to be on go, Jen. Let me get this off. Because end of the day, like this nigga really fucked the chicken up. Because end of the day, you done fucked the B2K on tour money up. Now you ain't even with this Joe no more. Like he done really fucked all the bread up.
Now
Let me-
he
I
at
wanna-
home with Cam.
So I want to know how y'all feel about the Fizz.
I got something to
The
say.
Fizz.
Old class.
Was April violating on y'all terms? Go ahead. Let me see what y'all got for me.
She played
Seeing
cards.
that so
She played her cards right.
I totally agree. That's what she wanted, and so she got it. She wanted to fuck with him, and period. So she did. She didn't care about the money, which fucked up in the long run. It's fucked up, but she didn't care about the money, and she still don't care about the money. She gonna get her child support, period. So the money that now that he broke up with her,
he's taking the kids.
He stopped messing. He stopped messing with her. Fierce stopped messing with her.
she said report. Yeah.
She said it was so much going on that things happened between them.
She got caught kissing another dude.
I'm gonna let her talk about it. I'm gonna let her talk and then I'll.
She's not that cute. Like, it's so many fucking people in LA. Why is everybody running behind April? No, she's not.
April is what you would call special. You can find her in any hood, nothing special.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Exactly.
She's pretty as fuck, though.
She pretty as fuck, but every city got a pretty ass bitch like her.
She ain't all that. She ain't
but
all
hold
that.
on. When you over 30, right? To me, when I got to a certain age, don't get me wrong, how you look is important, but your personality and where your head at play a major part.
Okay, so her personality, is nothing still wrong with her personality. Yeah. Why don't you say something about Fizz, how he fucked up the bro code?
That
was that man. Hold on. Baby,
we don't address nut ass niggas on this podcast, by the way. That's how we do it.
There you go, cool.
She don't have no fuck that. She don't have no loyalty.
No. She left her. If you listen to that story, he just up and left her. And if the nigga left her, any nigga you met with him, any nigga that was attached to him is now off limits. Y'all, that's some fraud.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, ladies.
Yes. Keep it a buck.
Hey, ladies, this is it right here. Broadish. You don't do that.
Your ex is shot the baby that tried to fuck with us. Go and risk his soul. And he tried to fuck with one of us. Would you be mad about that? I asked the wrong person.
That's the one that stayed with the boyfriend. That's the one that stayed with the side baby. Who the one stayed with the side baby?
With you, one nigga. She said what?
Who the one stayed with the side baby?
And I
y'all gotta stop.
Fuck you, fuck the baby, fuck your child, fuck your family. Bye.
Fuck the baby though.
Tell her how you was gonna throw the baby shower.
I was gonna have him on back.
Oh, that's sweet.
The
side baby shower.
Can I say something?
We need.
I want to appreciate y'all honesty, because the truth is, more women would do that than not. If you really want to be with that nigga,
social media make them.
A lot of women will
scared of people up here, but I ain't, because the number one reason is this: niggas cheat, right? And so
whoa.
People cheat. Black people cheat.
Black men
people cheat.
People like females cheat too, because this is one thing we got to get it about. Okay. Bitches cheat too. It's a lot of ain't shit bitches. That's why it's a lot of ain't shit niggas, because a lot of bitches ain't hurting. But that's with their mamas. That's another episode. Catch me.
Hey, exactly. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I also feel that if you come same with a bitch and you done got that sloppy to bring that hoe home. So you didn't brought some, we can't take, my rule is don't bring shit home, we can't take back with a receipt. You can't take that baby back, so every time I gotta see that baby and see that baby mama. And know that bitch had your mind so fucking gone, you took a condom off and brought the baby home, fuck you, that child, and that baby.
But
y'all gonna find y'all way.
And if I still love
you, I didn't ask either.
I love you. I'm gonna try to work it out.
You got me something words of
Hey, Tony.
Hey, but you said something. Wait. You said bring back something without a receipt. That was dope. But so are you saying that you kind of assume that your man may cheat? Just if he does, you don't want to know about it? Is that what you kind of getting on?
I kind of feel like if you bring it to the light and it's then got that sloppy, you don't give a fuck about me. But you don't know, you know, people do shit and we're human. So me, texting one of my homeboys could be a sign of disrespect to my nigga. Or I might be in the club and I might share a bottle with a nigga. That's disrespectful to some niggas. I'm in a section with a nigga. Or, just lunch with somebody. I didn't tell my nigga that's deceitful. So if my dude do that, I can't jump and be mad he doing the same stuff because he didn't tell me. But if you got a bitch, because hoes is real disrespectful. Yeah. And she feels she can call me, she can get on my line and play with me on my social media, and I'm in public and she can laugh in my face. That
you raw dog
made her too comfortable to the point you've disrespected our home. At that point, every time you leave out, I'm constantly have it in my mind.
I can dig that.
All right, but hold on.
You can't.
Let me ask.
Look, if you gonna stay and cry, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you gonna stay and cry, then shut the fuck up. Don't tell nobody.
Also-
Bring the child in, bring your husband, and let's work it out. And
I
shut the
still
fuck
think
up.
that you should have a play. You can voice your opinion.
Yeah, I didn't say you can't voice. You can be upset. You can definitely have
I
voice.
was fucking upset, bitch.
Yeah, you.
I was fucking hurt when that shit happened.
You still sound a little angry.
I'm just saying.
You need to give Britt a couch. Britt need a couch.
What?
You need a couch. You know what I'm saying? You need to put her on a chair.
She need a blunt and some pen.
No, I think it's okay to express and be upset, but like,
I agree.
but
It's okay.
Yeah, right. I don't understand how people be, like you said, why be in a situation where though if every time you step out the house, you have to feel like,
you can't trust
why
somebody
be with
that
them?
You sleep at night. That's gonna drive you the fuck to crazy. That's people with money.
Hey.
No, what it is? No, hold on, real quick. Know what it is?
Oh yeah, if a nigga got a lot, now if that nigga got me in a badass shop, I don't got shit to fucking worry about. And the circumstances of it, I just don't want that baby. Because I just feel like fuck his mama and that baby. And his homeboys that helped him fuck off on me. Because he didn't tell one of his whole ass homeboys he was fucking with them.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Blame him for that.
I don't
You
know
can't
about
blame
that
him for
last
that.
part.
Hold on. It's not a listen. No
Who put
man,
you up to
listen.
that part?
Listen, no man sit back and tell his homie, yo, go cheat on your lady, go cheat on your wife.
Right.
Nobody does
Right.
Do y'all
Right,
tell
we
me
don't
do
do
you-
that.
that. No. Listen.
Tell them not to cheat on
Now
them.
listen.
I
No.
say I don't even want to know
Listen.
nothing about if you said don't.
Right.
That's
Listen.
the conversation we had.
Plausible
Hold on.
deniability.
Bro, don't
Hold on.
Do
Deniability.
y'all tell? Do you tell? Like,
Listen. No.
Don't tell who.
Listen. Hold on. Can I speak?
Fuck
Can I
no,
speak
we
real
ain't
quick?
telling. Yeah, you can speak, but she talking about telling. We ain't.
Listen. Hold on. You don't want to be the one that can't come to the cookout no more. Because if you sit back here and run your mouth and then they still be together, you're the weirdo who remind them every time they see you of the shit they went through. Now,
Listen,
hold on.
Oh, go.
Hold on. So if me, I never listen. I've had homies that stepped out on their ladies. I don't sit back here and say, "Yo, oh yeah, bro, go do that." But in the same token, I don't say, "You mind your business. It's none of my business. You a grown man. Do what you do. It ain't none of my business.
You know the
Ignorance is bliss."
consequence of your action.
Right. So don't nobody sit back here and say, "Yo, dog, forget your old lady at home. Go do that."
Even when they
No.
start getting sloppy, you don't be like,
they be up under them houses.
Oh no.
Listen. Niggas, you
for
check
my
the
brothers.
homeboy.
I am like, what are you doing, nigga? Like a pep talk, nigga? You doing some stupid shit?
Yeah.
Right, cool.
If you're friends with somebody, yes, we have whole grown man conversations. If you see somebody moving reckless or whatever, yeah, you would have a conversation about your homeboy or whatever. But I think part of the point is it never really gets to that point, at least in my life, and it sounds like, you know, there's two at this stage of the game. Like, chances are I'm not friends with the homeboy that's still like, yeah, boy, we out, we fucking, we out, we slinging it everywhere. That ain't nobody life.
Because
hold on.
Y'all believe that niggas that's always outside, niggas that's always, like that or cheating? Because I think it's a lot of quiet.
Hey, listen. Y'all gotta understand something, because this come up so much about men. You have to understand the nature of a man, and I'll talk about women too. I'm not isolating men, but we're talking about men and cheating right now. When a lot of men are getting in relationships initially, we'll do things under the idea that it may make you happy, or maybe like the first week or so we did it. We just went along with it because the first numero uno thing. Listen, the first numero uno thing that a man wants when he sees you is just it's like, damn,
I want to fuck.
ass, titties, I want to fuck.
Physical.
If the shit, especially if the shit is good, then it's like, damn, I want to fuck with her. I like her. But sometimes I just want to go off, do some other shit, and hang out. When a man is really young, women 25, 24, 25, they start to see their friends getting married, settling down. They start to think progressively about family. Men at 25 just aren't like that. Really, men really, even in mid-30s, like a man thinks about, I would say a healthy heterosexual man is thinking about pussy a lot. Just because I like you, love you, cool with you, we twin flames, don't mean that it ain't no other pussy I naturally just want. Sometimes, like women will have to get comfortable that a man, I don't care how good your fucking man is, every once in a while, that nigga thinking about, damn, it'd be nice to get a fresh piece of pussy
Ain't
somewhere.
nothing better than pussy but some new pussy.
But biologically, no, I know, I understand. They're women. I understand. Y'all can work by the same premise, but also remember this: you guys are cyclic with sex, meaning that there are times where you may not be as hypersexual. Mm-hmm. As men, we can be hypersexual every fucking day. Mm-hmm. That's a pressure. Yeah. That's pressure. I'm being honest.
That is
especially
true.
Especially when women press you, because guess what women do? Y'all are aggressive. We don't talk about how sexually aggressive women. When a woman wants to fuck you, she will fuck you, bro.
Exactly, and I'm gonna tell you, like, say, fam, I'm feeling the vibe. You feeling the vibe? Let's feel the vibe together. Let's friend.
Yes, yeah.
We're gonna do a little coloring.
We're friending.
How a nigga gonna turn that down? So like a nigga have his woman, and
a lot more women need to be honest like that. Because a lot of women like to be in situations. A lot of women fuck on the first night. And a lot of women are very okay with that aspects of being in a situation like that where we just fuck around, no attachment, and but you a loyal ass nigga to me, I'm loyal to you. But, it's no feelings attached to that. And I think if more women were honest with what they wanted and not so afraid how a man perceive that, I think a lot of issues that we have when people get in relationships would help. Also, too, people have to have an understanding between a nigga you fucking with, and a nigga that you potentially going to be in a relationship with. Because you could fuck with some niggas and just fuck on him, and then you could fuck with a nigga that y'all got some little shit going, but y'all ain't ready to be settled. And then there's that man you meet that you want to be in a relationship with. Now, that man you just fucking on, I don't see that being the person that you're going to be with, because it's going to be a lot of shit that get done when y'all just fucking that you can never bring back up once y'all get in a relationship. And if you're not going to be okay with being like, okay, I got to put a blind out of everything that went on in and we starting fresh this day, then it won't work. So we have to get clear on that first day. Are we fucking or we about to fuck with each other?
People don't do that on the first day. I do. They don't. It's a lot of, that's like, men don't like to be boxed or like questioned.
You know how you coming, but it's not. Like I think it's how you coming out. Like, it's been some niggas that I fucked with, and it just came out to be like, okay, I'm something different, and we just fucking around.
But on the first day, we
set the time.
Listen, hold on.
Who I want to be with and who I just want to fuck with.
How do you really know that person when you first meet?
Because some niggas give you ain't shit vibes the first day. Good dick vibes. Good dick vibes. That nigga give you that vibe like, this nigga gonna ruin my life. But this dick gonna be so good. It's gonna ruin my life. I might go to jail behind this nigga.
I used to fully intend on smashing night one.
That's why y'all stay.
Yo, listen, hold on.
You had 4 days. You had 4 days max, and I was moving on.
Let me ask y'all, fellas, hold on. Fellas, let me ask y'all something. Because I've had sex with you on the first date, and that don't mean like, oh, you a hoe. Oh, I'm not talking to you no more because you gave me some on the first date. I never felt like that. That's right. I never felt like that. So all that, I am gonna make him wait because I don't want him to think.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about waiting. But I do I want to go back to, he was talking about men are under a lot of pressure because they're constantly thinking about pussy. So are you in a way saying that we should expect men to cheat and expect it to happen?
No.
I'm not saying to expect anything, but I'm a believer in not where I think I am, it's where I live. So I always on this show, I always talk about myself. I'm very candid, transparent. Here we go. When I was growing up, most of the women I knew they cheated in some way. As a little kid, you hear stuff. You hear, you know what I'm saying, them do things. And through their experiences or seeing their experiences, they mess with married men. They mess with, men that were in relationships sometimes. Maybe if they were single men, they were multiple men. There were different scenarios. I've seen different scenarios in my life. I've seen the side woman. I've seen the woman that's gotten cheated on. All that. I really haven't. Only 2 men in my life that I know of that were married that I don't know if they cheated or not. Most people that I know have cheated in some way. So I believe that sex is a big part of our creation, and you go through different psychological maturation periods and biological. Some people, as they get older, they don't want to have as much sex. It's not on their mind as much. But I think, especially as it pertains to me, a younger man that's healthy, he just, it's a physical, like for me, I was a serial cheater. I was a serial cheater. I'm talking about serial, out of control, serial mastermind, almost sociopath cheater.
Diabolical.
Listen, diabolical. Listen, but it was. There were parts of it, and we could go back to what you know what I'm saying, you said about you know, the mothers raising their sons. We can go back to that later. That was a part of it, but a big piece of it was physical. There were women, it's like I could clock in and clock out on pussy. Just like, I just want it. I like it today. This is what I want to have. That'd be it. And go home and just go home and live my
much work to like do all
No,
that.
it doesn't. No,
not.
listen,
It
it doesn't. It really doesn't take much work at all. But
It don't.
a lot of, you know, there was a period in my life where a lot of that was just driven purely off just like physically wanting to do that. So what I'm saying is, now I have a responsibility as a man that gets into a relationship with a woman and knowing that she wants to be monogamous. It's my responsibility to be open and say, hey, I'm really not the monogamous type. I like you. I dig your vibe and what you own. But I really, listen, I don't think that's what y'all want anyway. You don't want that.
Hold up.
Anyway.
I disagree. Hold on.
You come to the table and say, hey, I got a bitch, but we, you know, this and that. You'll be surprised
Y'all
how
appreciate
many
that.
of us
Hold
will
on.
be like, all right, as long as you ain't got no wife,
I'm not one of them. I'll be like, okay, bye.
I ain't gonna fuck with nobody's husband, because that's God. Like, God.
Why you say, okay, bye?
Hold on, real quick though, right? I can recall
I
a long time ago, right? When I used to have a
Yo, you stay
When I listen-
please.
No,
Yo.
listen. So when I had a girlfriend, I would tell women, because at the end of the day, like when I had a girlfriend and I used to do me, I never let a woman know where I lived at. I never let a woman drop me off nowhere near where my crib was at. You never knew where my crib was at. You never had my lady
I've been
information.
told you that, bitch.
Or not like that.
Them be
So-
cheating ass niggas. Niggas that don't let
So-
you know where they live cheat.
So listen, I would tell women straight up, like, yo, listen.
You ain't gonna know where I live unless I know where you live.
Because then he know you gonna pop up. And if he got his real bitch in his house, you can't pop up. So that's why he don't say you where he live.
Fuck that. You can't know where I live. We'll meet at a halfway point.
Rooms is $75.
Right, but see,
Halfway point.
but no, as now my situation, as a kid, my situation was different than Juice. The men that I respected growing up, that I seen and I respected, all cheated on women. You get what I'm saying? Even though I respected them as men, they had ways about them that was, you know, out. And you see, like you said, you seen stuff, Juice. I seen stuff where I'm like, damn, my uncle. Oh shit. Well. But
Hey.
a lot going on.
You're not coming to the cookout.
This gonna be the show that go viral.
Hold on, you don't know which side of the family. You don't know none of that.
Clean that shit up, bro.
None of them watch this, so we good already. But I'm just saying, like, the minute I seen as a kid growing up were that way. So I always kind of felt like that was just the way to be. You take care of home and you do things financially when it comes to you know, your kids and the house and all that, but you still do you out here.
Sure, they turned a blind eye. Back in the day, it was easier for them to turn a blind eye because a lot of women didn't have their own. Nowadays, you find an independent bitch, she ain't turning no fucking blind eye because she'll leave your ass.
I'm calling the office the next thing and getting my
Well, I had a question. It went back. I think somebody said if the guy said he was dealing with somebody, you would leave. Oh yeah. So my question was, why if he was up front, why would you just disqualify him automatically? Or did I miss something?
They trying to get us. Yeah, like they trying to break up and he trying to leave.
I'm not interested in
I don't know anybody that's single, but you can go.
Right. No. Let me hear
Dog.
first. Let me hear it first.
Like, it's different if I don't know, and you know, but I don't want to be openly having to compete.
You're always.
But listen, you are.
I feel like.
Damn, Britt, now you gonna make
From a man's perspective.
Now a man has to lie to you now.
From a man's perspective, right?
I don't feel like I'm competing with anyone because before me and after me, your mama ain't even got shit on me. You would never fucking stop fucking with me. Even if I was letting your ties and got you sent to jail, you would still love my ass.
Oh,
so
that's
whoever
so
comes
toxic.
before the
That is so toxic.
But
No,
a nigga ain't never not wanted to fuck with me. No more.
that's toxic.
So
If you find a non-toxic person, he will stop. So
Oh,
that, like,
ain't found
yeah.
so
Hey, bro,
so look.
stop taking notes.
So look.
Bro. I ain't taking no notes.
So listen. The comedian, the late great Patrice O'Neal, he used to have this joke, and it wasn't really a joke. He actually made it. He talked about like no two people ever just met. You never saw no woman, and she never saw you, and y'all just met, and these heart eye emojis came up, and you know everything was la la land, and y'all skipped down the aisle, and then y'all married 50 years later. Ain't never relationship, nobody's relationship like that, right? So he also used to say part of the thing was he like, women, you gotta assume a dude got 4, 5, 6, or 7 chicks.
Yeah.
In some kind of rotation. You might not a dude might not even be. He might not be fucking 4, 5, 6, 7 chicks. He might be, but he might not be.
You know what?
But at the very least,
I wasn't. I'm sorry. Well, if I was not looking for something serious, then I will be okay because I have done that before. Like I don't have to be. But at this point in my life, like if I know that it's all these other people, it's kind of I don't feel like doing that. And I don't feel like
you're not
my
going to find
point
a
is,
single man.
I don't want to even participate in anything like that.
right?
Britt, you're not going to find a single man in 2020. You're not.
Yeah, but I don't want. I want to at least feel like I'm the fucking one.
You want to be lied to?
So let me explain
You want to be lied to.
Tell you this.
Who said that? Lie to me, Jerry.
She wants to
Lie
believe.
me.
It's a nigga. She wants to believe that she's gonna meet this nigga that's single and knows what he wants, and they're gonna grow together.
You're not going to find that.
I feel like that. But you feel like it's the single
You're
nigga.
not gonna find a woman that ain't talking to nobody though. What woman is sitting around?
Right.
Not talking to
Right.
nobody?
What do you mean by single? Because are you talking about like everybody's in a relationship?
Everybody fucking with somebody.
Okay, that's different. Yeah.
So then you're not
But
really
not-
single.
not
So
in
I gotta
single,
compete.
just
No,
single other people.
I have to
What's
compete
single?
with
What
whatever's
is single?
going on. I have
What's
to
the
compete
definition
with
of
whatever's
single then?
going on.
Yeah.
Like,
What's
you
the
gotta
definition
be
of
single.
single?
I feel you should date multiple people. I'm single, and I feel that you should date multiple people at one time. Now, granted, I did just slow my dating down because I thought I had something with
I was about to
somebody,
say.
but I will not do that shit again. No, I won't do that no more. I won't. I've learned my lesson the hard way. I will not do that no more.
Hey, but at some point, most people.
Hold on.
really-
Do he know that? Hey, hold on, Tony. Do he know? Tony, does he know that though? Have you made that clear to him? That you're not slowing down for what you just said? You said.
Oh no, I love selling a little dream. No.
So that's
Finessing.
so how
Vanessa Williams.
Hey Britt, check a Britt. Cause you see how she doing? How she doing it though?
She know that's me. She know I love, but I could get all my hoes back if I wanted to get my hoes back.
We all get all our hoes back. I just don't want them.
Hey, I want to call something out. I want to spice things up, and I got to do this. I'm gonna call women out. Most women. I'm gonna call y'all out.
Let me drink my drink. Hold up, man.
I think it's bullshit that it's not that you can't find somebody. It's just the combination.
You're looking for
of
Mr.
the
Perfect.
shit that I don't even say that. It's like they can't get the nice guy and the big dick to pair up together. It's like he's either a nice guy that's gonna do everything great.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
A nice guy that makes 6 figures, that don't got no kids, that don't live with his mama.
But listen.
Don't fuck with his mama that much.
But listen, I seen this.
No. He can't fuck with his mama that much though. Because if he fuck with his mama too much, then he gotta.
Can't fuck with his mama too much because I don't do that family shit. But no, I don't do that mama.
You can't say that now, bitch, because you was just
I was just
she was. You're contradicting yourself.
But feel me. I seen so many.
I will say this. a lot of niggas a lot of females need to start dating multiple men at a time because we get so caught up in one nigga that we get so sidetracked on the fact that nigga still living his life. And we didn't stop our life completely. That's not, okay. Stop my life completely. And then, boom, you gone, you living your life, and now I gotta get all my hoes back. No, ladies, get you your top five.
Like this though, Tony. If somebody is showing you that they're a little bit more serious about pursuing you, but I think that if he's showing more effort than can you hear us?
Yeah, we get y'all.
Y'all good. Go ahead.
If he's showing more effort than all the other niggas, then of course you're gonna naturally be drawn more towards him.
Yeah, but take down like 2 out the basket, not all of them.
Yeah, like I still.
Hold on, listen. What single woman in 2020 when they meet a guy is just, oh, know what? I'm all about him. I don't think that's realistic no more.
I don't. No, not when I first meet him.
That was me with.
No, fuck no. Not when I first meet them.
I don't think. Okay.
Down for a nigga. But a lot of the issue is.
You said you do what?
I did. I take down somebody that has
few, 2 or 2, 1.5.
I don't know because that's different. Because I met so many guys.
I love this shit.
For him. What you say, nigga?
I said I love this shit. I gotta be a nigga. I gotta be a nigga on a Monday.
We love that too. You had me at some pistol ratchet.
What?
I'm
Y'all
sorry,
had me
Britt,
at some pistol ratchet.
That's a Mr. Red. What does that even mean?
I had the hard eye emojis.
Big energy and don't have big dicks. Because they're walking around with big dick energy, acting like say that nigga, and you got little dicks and no money.
First of all, big dicks and little dicks can please you. Period, bitch.
But you gotta have that energy.
I don't know where I'm gonna find the snippets in this joke.
All of this shit.
Wait a minute though.
No, they cannot offer.
And this is what I'm saying. They want dick. Hey, dick, money, and fun. All they look. They talk about dick, money, and fun. That's what they want. Dick, money, and fun.
They don't want to do it with the baby mama. They want to do it with the big mama. No, they want to do it with the big mama. They want to do it with the kids.
Women gotta have more than coochie to bring to the table.
Preach, Tony.
That's the problem. But y'all gotta quit thinking dick gonna keep me and $40 gonna keep my nails.
No.
That's not enough.
Everybody, like, what do you have to bring to the table? Not you, big women. Besides your vagina.
I'm not worried about what you bring to the
man.
table if we're just trying to fuck around. I'm not worried about that. We're just
going to have this conversation though. These two people don't want to ever be in relationships, so they're always going to contradict. So they want to be single for the rest of their fucking life.
I don't want to be single. I want a committed friend.
A committed friend. Can you hear?
Hold on.
I respect it. No, I respect it.
No. Tony, have you been hurt, Tony?
Yeah.
We all listen.
Keep it on
this podcast.
Let's
I was never
address the elephant in the room.
I never wanted to dress up. I never wanted to dress up in a dress. I always wanted to do the bride's hair, make the dress. My mama will tell you, even younger, I never was the girl that played dress up as the bride.
I want the wedding, not the marriage. I want the wedding, not the marriage.
Hold on.
You know you can just throw that party, right?
Yeah, just have a party.
Just have the party. Yeah,
buy the dress.
Everybody gonna be there.
Everybody gonna be there. I want the party. I want all that. When we leave, you can go to your house, and I'm gonna go to my house.
Exactly.
So while y'all asking them these types of questions, they don't even want relationships, so their answers are not gonna.
I gotta have a relationship with them to marry them. I mean,
all right, so hold on.
You said that you don't want a relationship.
I'm talking about just a ship, period. It ain't gotta be we being monogamous.
Hey, Jen, can I ask you something? Can I say something to you, Jen? Specifically you? Mm-hmm. If a man said, hey, Jen, how you doing? Sister, I've been watching you. You start dating you. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all get intimate. After a while, you say, you know what?
Bars.
I make this amount of money. You ain't got to worry
about
this.
That to you.
I just want to. No. But he said, hey, you know what? I just wanna do this. Hey, I wanna love you. I wanna take care of you. I wanna make sure you can do your dream, whatever you wanna do. You wanna go to school. You wanna get a master's. You wanna be an education. What else you wanna do in education? What else
That's
can
that
I do
charm
for
guy
you?
shit.
If you just wanna do all that, you mean to tell me, right? No, I'm being for real.
I'm not gonna shade you. I'm not gonna shade you. I'm not gonna shade you.
I just want you. I want to do this with you. I want to. What are your dreams go? Where are you trying to go? And he's sincere. You mean to tell me you not gonna marry him? No. But you gonna live in the house that he built for you, and it's for y'all. You not gonna stay with him?
Can he gonna give me this real big ring?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hold on.
He not giving no real big ring.
Let's address the bullshit, right? The bullshit is do a big ring and a big wedding mean he won't ever cheat on you or hurt you or beat you the fuck up?
No. I mean, we in a ship together and we getting this big old win.
This does not sound realistic. It sounds like a fucking fairy tale.
First, we have to stop thinking that the only thing
What
bad
that happens?
to women is cheating. We have to stop thinking that the only bad thing that happens to people in relationships is cheating.
No,
There's a lot of niggas
cheat.
No, there's a lot of niggas that ain't shit and don't ever cheat. They just trash ass partners. Or some niggas that can't make money right and cheat. It's niggas that just want to hit on your ass and never cheat. That'll fuck a relationship up. I can bounce back for certain kind of shit. But if you just a ain't shit, broke ass nigga that don't want to get up and work and no drive, that'll make me want to not be with you more than do something.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Tony. If a man make $14 an hour, he come home, he give you his whole check, he all about you.
What she say off camera? That's what she said.
Oh, they talking shit. They talking shit.
See?
I can assure you that they talking shit.
That nigga said $14.
Like Soulja Boy.
$14.
Talking shit.
Because my ex, I got with my ex, and my ex he was making beats and trying to, and I was in college, and my parents are not broke by far. I live a beautiful ghetto life. But on the same token, it's a difference in that $14 an hour nigga that's just $14 an hour and he wants to stay there, and that $14 an hour nigga that's like, hey, babe, this is where I'm at right now. I'm working towards to get somewhere else, and I want to go somewhere else with it. But first of all, y'all gotta quit. Men have to stop meeting bitches that ask how much they make and what you do for a living, because that's a trash ass bitch in the beginning. You work your way up. I do not. You on the second
On the second date.
A fashion bitch?
What if he is something?
I'm down.
Hey, you know what it is though? Hey, wait a minute. You do hair, right? You do hair. You're a beautician. You want to know something?
I'm a hairstylist.
Hairstylist. Most of the hairstyles that I know just right now, they get their money, they independent, and they just always had this independent lifestyle. And you give me that energy. So I think with you're gonna have that. Hey, nigga, I can get this shit on my own. Like, I can do what the fuck I want for myself, so this is all I need you for. Not every woman's going to be like that. Most women are coming to the table with a, hey, I need to have provision. I need to get provision first. I need to get this security first. So that shit does come up. It come up like, hey, what do you do? What are you doing? I've had those questions. I mean, of course, even though I was cheating at the time. It's not your fucking business. Because guess what?
It's an invasion of privacy. Like, bitch, it show like that nigga gonna start automatically how he treats you to go. It's how you ask. Like, it's how you ask, where you ask, the timing of the conversation. But if y'all meeting and we out like tonight when we got a comedy night, and you meet a nigga and y'all casually talking and y'all texting tonight, and you sit in and he like, oh, I gotta get ready to go to work. Okay, have a good day at work. When we go on the date and he started trying to monitor what I'm buying and how much I can, then I'm gonna ask, okay, you know what you do for a living? Because I'm not telling you off top of all, you know, nigga, I sell bundles all day. That's it.
Motherfucker ask me today what I do, I say nothing.
Because then you're gonna find out, does she wanna fuck with you or do she wanna fuck with you if you tell her that? Because a lot of bitches that judge a nigga and be looking at $1 million ass nigga, but because he got a white tee, some Jordan slides on, and some pants, they automatically assuming he a broke ass
big
nigga.
Fat.
Ass away.
It's funny because me and Cool was just talking about that the other day. Like, Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that at that.
No, it's true. It's true though. I think sisters too. I think sisters are almost at a disadvantage like this. I think I think sisters have a habit of judging a book by the cover sometimes, and might miss a little blessing in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, Brittany.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. But you don't want to be that person.
Brittany, come sit your ass down and listen to this word.
And then it's not real. You know what I'm saying?
Because
it's not
I
real.
feel this is my theory. We be, we out. We like the hood spots, the hookah lounge. Shout out to Third Ward. We like going out. Sometimes you gonna be over there and you might meet a nigga. He got a mouthful of gold, some chains on, and a nice suit. That's him on Saturday. On Monday, he might be clocking into his trucking company, a milk company. He might be trucking in. You don't know, bitch. You ain't fucked him yet. Did he take him out when he was fucking you?
You leave him in and your chains on.
You out in group chat too, bitch.
Hey, you know what I really think though, as far as black women, and also cool to that point, I think also there's no reverence for the black men in our community. Like, how many black men do these sisters look at and say, that's a man? He really holding it down. He really can come in and do this. Now, we exist, but now here's the thing that's fucked up for y'all. Many of us are married or in relationships, so we done got scooped the fuck up. Hey, and it's like, damn.
Y'all baby mamas and don't want to tell nobody to that bitch calling us on the phone. Why you fucking with my baby daddy? That's another thing too, because niggas love doubling back and staying and keeping the key to somebody else's house and still want to have a house with you.
They got 2-3 keys. They be having all them bitches.
That we're gonna call a spade a spade.
Everybody on this podcast been cheated on in their life.
But so we got to talk about too that a lot of bitches ain't shit too, because it's a lot of cheating ass females. And when Lonnie Love got to talking about that shit last week about black men, we're not gonna use slavery as an excuse, because if that's the case for all these crackheads, then that crackheads mamas are the excuse. If we're gonna use an excuse, be sure to bounce some shit back from that, because it's a lot of successful people that came out of love. We gotta quit thinking black men fuck up relationships. It's a lot of married women that cheat. There's a lot of married women that niggas work 14-hour days.
Yep.
Come home and you still look like Tuesday. Ain't no food in your kitchen, no clothes to wash. Now I might be independent.
14-hour days, $14 an hour.
I'm going to cook my nigga a meal. I'm going to wash that uniform, and I'm going to make sure you straight. We might not see each other for 2-3 days, but in between that time, you know, your ass. I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's touching me.
No, but listen, what y'all gotta understand is three of us are guys who served in the United States Navy. And if one thing else you don't
fucking bitches all over the world.
not that part. We're not even talking about that part. No, but it's women out there who will. No, listen.
All over the world.
I didn't bring that up to talk about that though. You see
women
women
like
who,
I'm talking.
No, listen. We've met women who, and if y'all listen to the podcast before, like especially with me and Rel, like me and Rel have met women who deal with both of us. Like this is before me and Rel got cool.
Yeah, see what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But niggas do the same thing too. Niggas are shooting her inbox first. She don't like that nigga, the nigga gonna shoot at mine. I damn sure ain't fucking with the DM shit, so they gonna shoot at Brittany. Brittany gonna curve that, because she ain't gonna look at her DMs. And then we gonna ask each other, bitch, this nigga tried to shoot at me. Me too. You lose the points. Find a friend and pick a friend, or be like females. We silently meet a nigga, and then we go on your Instagram and we look. If we make a wrong mistake, we miss a couple of texts. We don't call you and hey, friend, you know.
Hey, yo, that's crazy though, because I remember going to when you go out, when you be out, you don't make that move early because there'd be a bunch of girls. You be like, listen, you don't go when you shoot that shot at that group. If that don't fly, you don't go back to that group and go to the next one. You just chalk that one to keep it moving.
I want to know this though. As all of y'all are married men, how do you feel about the statement that Lonnie Love made?
I actually want to say something about that.
Yeah.
Hold on. What did she say exactly? What did she say?
Yeah, you gotta fill me in. I'm not up on pop culture. So
she crazy as hell, but go ahead.
She is single. Wondering why she's
one of y'all got to.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all could go ahead and introduce
Roll it out,
and I'll say what I think.
Basically, Lonnie Love was saying, she kind of compared
the failure of Black marriages and Black men to slavery, and that that's been set up a long time ago, and families being split up. And basically, she's comparing the state of broken Black families to how they broke our families doing slavery.
Well, she also said money too, though. She said
money,
money.
And
money and power.
Because rich men feel like they can do everything.
Yeah.
She said it as nice as you said it.
She didn't. And I feel like, one, she had the conversation in the wrong room. We have to stop having culture conversations when the culture isn't in the room. Because once again, entertaining the other people. It was one other Black woman on that table with her.
She went like this.
Exactly.
Hallelujah.
But she had one other Black woman in that room full of other cultures of women agreeing with a Black ass statement.
Yeah. She's Black too.
Yeah, I don't want to be on her show one day, so I ain't even about to say nothing, but we'll leave her on the
So the whole thing of it is what? Hold on. So basically, she's saying that because we come from
blaming us for shit. She blaming us for shit. She blaming us. She blaming us for the shit. She blaming us.
So if you're broke, so you said if you're broke, you cheat, or what she said? If
no,
you're rich,
if you
you
have
cheat.
money and power, you're able to get away with it, and you're more prone to cheating because you can do whatever. You have bitches literally throwing themselves at you because of your money and power.
But she singled out Black men. She didn't say men. Somebody tried to say men cheat. Men of all cultures cheat. And she was like, well, Black men. And the problem is like if slavery tore our families apart, they said, oh boy, great granddaddy was raping the women of the world.
Okay, y'all, I'm about to play the clip. Can you hear this? I'm about to play it. I am going to play it. I'm going to play it right.
You know, I don't speak for the Black community, but I do think that a lot of Black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way. And that is something we need to work on. We need to work on that. That money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do. So many cultures, that is the whole machismo thing.
This nigga's making $14 an hour. That's cheating and doing
let me say this because I want to share this. I want to share this because I've been called a narcissist and I've been called a bunch of shit. You know, we all have when we fuck up and when we cheat. But the thing about me that I saw, like in my immediate family, I saw married women cheating, and the men that stayed with those women, I often saw them in like compromising positions where they had to get them out of situations or they had to pay for stuff. And it's like, for me, you know, and my wife and I, when, you know, as I grew and I got, you know, really better positioned in my marriage, I had to really take that shit out. You know, I had to dig deep and find out, why was I being someone different with her? Why was I really going out and pretty much living a separate life, you know, fucking around? Was because I never wanted to be those men. I never wanted to be the guy that was losing weight and just so sick behind no woman. And you know what, to be honest, that's still in me now. It's still like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna let no bitch do this or that to me because that never leaves. But at the same, you know, I always keep it player, but at the same time, you know, I understand I have a family, have a wife, and it's better and revolutionary for me as a Black man to be here in my family. But please believe, a lot of the seeds for what I would eventually do, you know, in my marriage came from me seeing women do it. And I'm not blaming or, you know, I don't hate women for that, but I just want to say as a Black man that has done that, Lonnie, you know, you might want to look a little deeper because let me tell you this, your mother, your aunt, sometimes your cousins that are very close to you, you hold them on pedestals. And when you see them fall off those pedestals, you really look at women a certain way. So you do have a lot of mommy-son issues that are affecting how these young brothers are interacting with you. But your fucking selfish ass, you know you got daddy issues too. You up here, you hate that man.
Mama issues are worse than daddy issues. Mama
they are.
Ain't nobody checking for Lonnie Love ass anyway. I'll tell you that.
Oh, white man.
I didn't know who she was till y'all pulled her
She got
up.
a boyfriend. He's white.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's the even worse thing.
To say on that mommy and daddy issues. How long are you gonna hold it? How long can you say it's because
some people don't know they got them?
Listen. And listen, what you just, hold on, listen. What you just, listen. As a Black community, and I'm not singling you out, well, how you reacted is usually the reaction when we talk about trauma and pain, and we have yet to go to counseling. All of us are uberly religious. Two things in our community we don't like that you can't talk about. You can't talk about Greek affiliation, and you can't talk about religion. When you talk about those two white engineered things, you motherfuckers lose y'all mind. I can say all kind of shit on Facebook. As soon as I say anything about a fucking Greek organization or Boosie and this Kappa shit, you niggas lose it. Or if I say Jesus ain't this or that, y'all lose it. So it's like, dog, we have to understand that you gotta go to therapy. You gotta see somebody and get some help. If you don't get a realization that something's wrong with you, you may never heal from that.
I think too that we have to
say something. Yeah, what is it?
Real quick though, because me and my wife was talking about this, and just like, and I told her, like, honestly, I never seen my mother and my father growing up in relationships because they weren't together. That showed me how to be in a relationship with a woman. I didn't have my father to teach me how to be a dad to my daughter and a dad to my kids total. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, how do you know to do that when you didn't see it? And I'm a firm believer in honestly, I feel like what I've seen as far as relationships in my mother and father and what I learned from being a child and my father not being there taught me how to be, it showed me what I didn't want to do. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't know if Brittany said it, like, you know, like, how long are we, or it might have been Jen, how long are we going to let what we didn't have or all these things be the excuse? And there is no excuse. We can't sit back here and say, I never seen, till right now, my father be in a relationship where as though was healthy. I never seen my mother, period. My dad wasn't there. So how is it that at this age, I'm able to be a good father and try to be a good husband? It's not because of what I've seen.
It's not an excuse.
So we can't
listen. We got to talk about behavior.
We got to stop using people as examples when you get older. Yeah, I saw good love. My mom and my stepdad have been married about 16 years. They're a good example of love. I don't base my relationships off of what they have going on. I do what's going to make me happy in my household, because the things that other people will put up and put a blind eye to, I might not necessarily will, and it's some shit that I put up with that you might not will. And I'll fuck around and miss out on somebody that I really love, trying to measure my
somebody else,
off of what's going on around me. You have to learn that sometimes you might have saw something good and something bad from your household. Okay, you don't live there anymore. Go to your home, figure out what works for you in your location, and build from there. Because if we keep putting Nip and Lauren as my relationship go, or Jeezy and the little girl found love after him, that was her fault. Anyway, she shouldn't have married that man. If you knew you didn't want no kids, you shouldn't have married the man.
She's talking about one of the other hosts.
The other host, and then she married. Now she with Jeezy, and all of a sudden you so in love. We'll talk about that.
And she's an Asian.
We have to quit thinking that Gucci and Keisha K or him going to jail, leaving her that money, and him getting out and having this money is an example. That worked for them. That money he left her worked for her. She flipped it her way. Your nigga could leave you that same amount and it won't flip how it flipped for her. So your situation won't look like that. We have to work. What going your home? So bitch, if you fucked up, go get some counseling. Sit on somebody's couch. Fuck the fact that your mama probably telling you, you need to go to church. Go pray. Go talk to the pastor. Yeah, God said faith without work is no faith at all. My work is getting my ass to the church.
Bars.
Myself out so I can know what works for me and my house.
I say this, Tony. Being in the mental health and industry and stuff like that, I'm just saying, bitch. No, I'm not gonna talk to them like that. But no, I'm just saying that that's nice. We want to go, but a lot of people, mental health is still shunned in the Black community. How many niggas do you know in fucking South Park say, "Oh, I need to go to therapy today. I'm going to see my therapist"?
It's a lot of shit that's shunned that we do. Yeah, we do it because it's being honest, it's shunned and people are going.
How to have access? They probably don't have fucking insurance. So how do you think that they're gonna go and see us get a therapist? I tell you a lot of bitch, with Obamacare, because the drug dealers I know don't got insurance.
You bitch.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this, man. And at some point, you have to take accountability, and I think eventually we you know, I was only talking about things that could happen or reasons. Yes, we have to take accountability, but I think in our community, I'm just being honest, ladies, gentlemen. I don't. Black men are losing. Black men are losing in every direction. We're beaten up for being, you know, as masculine as we are. I think we can't have an opinion. I think gay black men are, you know, they rise to the top as far as, you know, who people have admiration for. And it's no problem with whatever sexuality you choose. I'm not trying to attack anybody, please. It's not hate speech. I just think that there is this movement to push more lighter, feminine, a lighter feminine man to our community, to the top. And anybody that's masculine or showing any sign of masculinity is to push to the bottom. And I just feel that way. What's up?
It done changed from being physically taking the black man, and putting him in jail and all that. Now it's the more mental side of things and trying to downgrade the black man. Instead of it being, okay, slavery, we're going to whip him, we're going to do him that way, we're going to break the black man down now socially, it seems like, and
put him in the dress.
Every way. Right, in every way to make it seem not.
Yeah, like the Pose actress, I just think he's doing a bit much. Do you watch that Pose? It's this actor. He's on this show called Pose. And
Billy Porter.
Yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like it.
He's doing a lot. Listen,
he's doing too much. But maybe that's him. Maybe that's what him. He's been wanting to come out. So now, I mean, I'm saying he's been wanting to.
He's flamboyant. He's beyond flamboyant, bitch.
And be okay with it, and letting the world be okay with it.
But there's also something wrong with us in the black community. We think anything is not
normal. That's true.
Right.
Because
only reason we think it's being pushed on black people is because in white culture, it's always been out. They don't gotta hide their gay uncle. He can come to dinner. Us grandmama still think they need to.
I disagree.
He got a little sugar in his tank.
He got a little sugar in his tank.
I disagree. White people actually, hold on. I would say this. I think white people have been more closeted with that than black people, because we've always had the black gay in church. We've always seen the choir director.
But we never acknowledged that we're gay.
But we knew, and we were told not to make fun of him or not to mistreat that cousin different. White people, however, they have a different story when it comes to that. So I would actually disagree with that.
No,
I say because of religion.
Because when you look at the gays, or well, I don't know, they're called alphabet community now, honestly, for real, because there's too many letters. But anyone from that community, if they're not able to come out and blah, 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 they end up committing suicide. That level is mostly white people that do that. You know why? Because gay black people have gay families that they form, and they still have a family bond. So
it's not their family.
But that is, they take that shit.
But look, dog, we all knew at Thanksgiving that so-and-so was bringing her friend, or some bringing their friend, and we were talking our black.
They roommate.
Yeah,
that roommate. That nigga, hold on.
That
nigga 45 years old. He ain't never had no girlfriend. He ain't got no kids.
And I have an uncle like that. He look just like
we don't have no gay dudes. I got a gay girl cousin, but
I have gays in my family, and they weren't shunned. So, but I do feel that in the white community, it is a little harder for them. I don't know why. They don't know how to handle things as well.
My daughter told me this. My daughter's 13. She's in the 8th grade. She's about to go to high school. She said all the black boys, most of the black boys, okay, that are there, 50% of them are gay. And she said there's like a few boys that most of the girls like. So it's all these girls having to choose between 3 or 4, because some of them guys may not necessarily be gay. They're feminine. Who knows? I don't know where they are yet.
King shit.
Welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta.
When you're straight.
So what I'm saying is, like, we could talk about our generation all day, but I'm looking at these kids, even at the studio. Like, I got producers 18, 19 years old. I'm looking into their world. I'm seeing what's going on. It's like, damn, bro. Like, and like, I'm telling you, I see it with black men. A lot of these cats don't have no father. A lot of these cats don't really know what it is to fucking be a man. And I see that shit happening primarily with black men more than anybody.
I'm not having it. But hold on.
How many of y'all have sons? How many of y'all have sons?
Okay, good. So a few weeks ago, what's his name? Dwight.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. So he got like crucified for allowing his son to wear crop tops and his nails done. How would you all feel if that was your son?
It's inappropriate because he's.
How old is the son? Real quick, do y'all know?
The son was like 12.
He's 11.
No, he's 11. He's like
okay, 11.
Right.
And they refer to him. They don't refer to him as a boy.
No, they refer to him as a girl.
Right.
They refer to him as a girl.
And they taking all the pride stuff and they
But
celebrate.
I just said this. They were mad at the crop top. But would you let your 11-year-old daughter wear a crop top?
Well, I want to
Right.
know, as a man, son, what would y'all do?
Y'all don't. You said that.
I'm not putting
you said that before.
We said that on the podcast. I said I'm not putting I'm not buying no crop top for my daughter for no pictures like that.
And what I said was, I know two girls specifically that were in their 20s that were wave spinning, what we call them, lesbians, that now are pregnant with babies. You get what I'm saying? So if a woman at 23, 24, 25 years old, 26 years old can change, I'm not going to make a major decision like that for a child. If you ask a child,
you don't have to make a major decision. Y'all keep talking about that shit's weird to me, bro. And I understand. And I'm a fucking completely heterosexual male. You don't have to make a choice for your 11-year-old child.
but that's what's going on though, bro. Sometimes.
No, it's
some
not.
People,
it's not.
Hold on. Salice Theron adopted a little boy that now wants to be called a little girl at 7 years old.
Fine.
And they're going through the process of
so
a sex
fucking
change, bro.
what? So
now,
what?
she did that. No, I think she did that. She did that. I'm sorry. She did that.
Because this is my only thing. It's a difference in wanting your child to be called a girl and a boy to you going out. You have to legally sign the paperwork for them to get a sex change.
Yes, 100%. Yes, absolutely.
Hold on.
There is now access to this information. You understand that? Before, when you was in the closet, all the way from when you was 7, all the way to here, I have a friend, literally, I asked her, how long did you know you was gay? She said, I knew I was different when I was 6.
Yeah.
She just happened to be 45 right now. 45 years old.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Hey,
So,
wait. I think whoa, please. We're getting something very mixed up here. Nobody can make a choice for that young man. However, we're talking about
condoning it.
We're talking about the advertisement of sexuality to little kids. That's what we're talking about.
No,
everybody talking about gay and straight. I'm talking about pedophilia. Because that's not
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about would you be accepting of it if that's the way that he wanted to dress?
And I'm saying no because I'm saying no because listen, if I knew that my son,
it's nothing to do with fucking pedophilia.
Okay, but I'm gonna tell you why I say it is. If I knew my child at 11, 10, or whatever was different, and I could see that we were talking about it, I can accept my child. However, same thing with my daughter. If I knew that was the case, but I would not take these children to Pride. I wouldn't take no girl to Kappa. I wouldn't do all the things that are referring to sex. So when you do that, my issue is, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about accepting a child as how do you say it cool? Pre-possessive or pre-puberty? Okay, I'm fucking up. Okay, but if you have that child, you know what I'm saying, that's like that, how do you start saying now, okay, I'm gonna put you in these adult situations versus, hey, I understand, we're gonna grow with this, we respect this, we're gonna let you become an adult and see how you want to operate. You have taken a child, and by the way, you let someone, a black woman, I'm sorry that they always use, they took a black woman who is not the child's mother to promote this. Dwayne wasn't at Pride with his son.
That's not fair.
But I'm sure she
Hold on.
It wasn't like, I'm just gonna take our child and go.
I couldn't teach my gay son how to be gay.
But nobody's talking about the issue of him being gay. We're not talking about that.
Do you stop calling your gay son by his name, though? If your gay son name is Brian and he wants to be called Beyonce, do you
in that
Start
house,
calling him Beyonce?
if that's the case, in that house,
if calling him Beyonce mean that I won't come home one day from work and find him hiding in the closet, so I'm gonna call him what the fuck I want to call him, and whatever he want to be called, because that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to.
My question is this.
There are 9-year-olds out here hanging themselves in closets.
Yes.
You understand that?
That's
Regardless of what they want to be called, that is still your child. Regardless of what sexuality they have, that is still your child.
My question
You don't understand it until you're in it.
I think that my question is this. Yes, let's promote the sexuality and let's be comfortable being gay.
Oh, now what a kid.
With no sin, let me nurture my child. My child wants to be gay. They want to learn all this ethic. What if one of your kids come home, your daughter, and she wants to be infatuated and sexually, like sexual clothes, she like the lingerie, she like the Playboy bunny stuff and that. Do I nurture that? Because I'm nurturing my gay son and that's a sexual feeling he's having. Am I gonna nurture my daughter or my sons over, that sexual feeling too? Because you want them to be free and feel comfortable and not sneak around and do this shit.
So are you saying
Yo, I'm not talking about I'm not comparing being out there. Sexuality is something that you act like it's not a real thing until you get to a certain age. That's my point. We're not talking about, hey, you shouldn't wear this shirt or wearing this clothes. That has nothing to do with it. Sexuality is a very real thing at a very real age. That's why it's literally in books that the first person that a man falls in love with is his mother, because that's his first view of sexuality. Exactly. Those two things are not the same.
Okay, when you say that, you can't compare, right?
No.
But when we're growing up, the first thing they give little girls is what? Baby dolls. So they telling you, oh, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna have a baby, and you're gonna be at home cooking and cleaning. That's all they make for little girls.
They don't buy you
toys.
No tool set.
They don't buy you a tool set. They don't buy you
car
none of
is
that.
pink.
And
your kitchenette, tea party.
Yeah.
You want to do this, and then
And when your son,
I'm gonna give you a choice.
I mean, that's tough when you're talking to 4 chefs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're talking to 3 real chefs and then 1 who is a doctor who is also a chef. Like, that's tough. You know what I'm saying?
If your son is 3 years old, do you tell your son don't play with baby dolls? If he playing with dolls, you tell him, oh, you let him rock?
My son used to collect plushies because he watched the
Stuffed animal.
Stuffed animal, right?
A stuffed animal and a baby doll. I mean, a Barbie.
You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. My wife called it dolls. My son called them plushies. I let him buy all the ones that he wanted to buy. But it looks weird when you come into his room and there's totes of plushies, right?
They do. Yeah.
But literally,
dolls in here.
Right. So where it grew from was the fact that he was watching a joint on YouTube where they was making them talk or whatever. So he used to make YouTube videos with him talking with them, right? So it's a peer view of a person. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't think it was weird because I knew where it was birthed from. That meant nothing to me. Nothing.
But it meant something to her, though.
Exactly. Right.
Can we tell the difference between average life and celebrity? Like, do we understand that?
Yes.
You know, what I'm telling you is this. And real, I'm in agreement. Listen, I'm being clear. Any one of my children, if this is the case, I'm accepting my child. I'm not pushing my child away because I have, as a heterosexual black man, I feel like I have the understanding to know that we don't understand human sexuality, energies, wavelengths enough to understand why people feel how they feel.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can also promote something and it be unhealthy. So because when I see an 11-year-old boy doing this and we're saying, hey, we're going to allow this that may be a little advanced for him, I have issue with that. And I really hate to see how I don't see enough positive. And I'm not saying that I don't think it's positive because it's sexualizing a kid. Now, if we want to see more gay men involved in this conversation, which we should have a gay man on this show. We should have gay men involved in the topic in our community. That's cool. But I also want to see young black boys have an image of a black man, since we don't have many present still, which is changing. We have more black men present now. But I want to see black men or little black boys have a masculine image for them to look at. It's like, why is it every time we see an image of a black man that we want to praise in our community, it is very soft and feminine? We see that all the, like, that's what we want. That's what we push. You know, you see LeBron James, nobody's making a big deal of what he does in his sons. I'm not saying they don't talk about it. I'm not saying they don't talk about it, but I don't think we put as much emphasis on who he's raising.
I don't think that they put I don't think they put enough emphasis on
it's the young,
not regular jobs, but like doctors and lawyers of our culture. I think they show rappers and they want their sons to be basketball players and football players, and that's all they show their little boys. They don't show other jobs. This is what they show.
But our greatest export, and I agree with that. I think we should do other things. I think we need to venture into coding. I think we need to get in, because that's going to be the future. I mean, you know, medicine, definitely we need to get into all those aspects of life. But as a community, again, we're entertainers. We love entertainment. Everybody's trying to have a podcast. Everybody's got an Instagram page. Everybody's making music. And please understand, you can monetize these things. You can make money off of it. But everybody gets a floor now. Everybody gets a platform. Now, my question is this. As black people who are most viewed, I'm pretty sure if you had a statistic that you could pull up, niggas are getting watched more than any other fucking culture. And we're 13% of the country. If we could come together and figure out how to make this shit work for us and make some fucking money, we going somewhere. Everybody saying that entertainment or media isn't an export. It is. This is a product. This is an export now. We're in the future. Let's make some money on this shit.
But we also have to tell our children too that they don't have to also be entertainment. We could buy ATMs, we could buy vending machines, we could have a trucking crew, we could have milk crates. We could also have our own loads. We can have stores. We can invest. It only takes $2,500 to invest in an ATM. All you need is a bank account to put it in. If you go to an ATM locator, you could put it inside of a business, and there you go. Put that in your kid's name. Pay them every year. Do their taxes on it. When your child gets out of college, gets out of high school, they now have money to pay for what they want to do. We have to stop pushing it. The only way out is sports and college. Push a trade. Yeah. Kids need to learn trades. Mechanics, aeronautics, hospitality, hairstylists. Teach these kids carpentry.
College is bullshit.
That was a trade school. We were a trade school. We was a trade school.
I do know that these fucking student loans is bullshit. But
that's what make it bullshit.
That's what make college bullshit.
Yeah,
right. If college was free, then it'd be cool.
It would, but I mean, I wouldn't have the job I have today if I didn't go to college. So I can't say it was a
college ain't bullshit.
No. That is a fictitious rule that has been put in place that now you believe it, right? You could have learned everything that you learned without going to college and the student loans. Am I correct? Because you could read, you can comprehend, you can understand. You needed the piece of paper to validate it because somebody said, hey, this is what you need to get the job that you want, or just.
In a way, I could see that possibly, but I do think that it would be a lot more difficult to get the education that I have now all on my own.
Education is subjective. You went to a school, a teacher sat there, they told you to read something. You wrote down on the paper, you turned it in, they gave you a bullshit grade.
None of that shit. No, I don't remember none of that shit.
Right.
You know, statistics.
Because it's not designed for you to remember. It's designed for you to be in debt.
The only thing that I remember is interning in teaching. Like, I don't remember.
Which is the important part.
You know what interning is? OJT, on-the-job training. On-the-job training. So you literally said it. Like, what was important to you?
You're right.
Learning how to do your job.
Yeah.
You learn by doing it 3 different ways. You either read it, you either did it.
Now, I'm going to say this about grad school, though. Grad school was helpful. Because in grad school, I delved deeper into different theories that I can use because I got my master's in counseling. So different theories to implement that I wouldn't have known about. Well, I probably would have, but I had to research this shit. And it was going to take a long time if I didn't go to grad school. But I'm saying it was very helpful.
Right, but
do you know how many
$400 or $1,000 of credit to learn something in a book? Everything in the world is on Google. There's nothing not there.
Who just
I
told
don't
me that
understand.
today?
Like, they have apps to
True.
do math problems. Like, why the fuck are you teaching me?
Prom today. What
When I
was
literally can hover my phone over the problem and it breaks it down for me, right? A lot of this stuff is designed for you to be a worker. That's
Hold
what
on, when you-
it's
the
designed
person
for.
that created Google didn't go to college?
You're right. Because
Didn't finish.
nobody who we admire in this world went to college.
They all quit early.
Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, Puff, or Puff.
No, we're not talking
Steve
about
Jobs.
them. Niche. We're talking about Steve
Steve
Jobs,
Jobs.
Bill
I'm just saying.
Gates. No,
Bill
we're
Gates.
talking about real people, like all these people who
Hold my nigga. I'm sorry.
The Google brothers didn't finish.
Yeah. Hove worth $1 billion. These guys got $1 billion in their bathroom.
But no, how many chefs didn't go to cooking school?
It's the only trade that you don't have to go to school to be deemed that profession.
What, a chef?
Yes. You could be a self-proclaimed chef.
You can be a self-proclaimed stylist too, but it's not real.
That too.
So this, I went to college, but I left high school with a license. I was 17 with my hair license.
Yeah.
I went off to college because my parents said that is what I was.
You went to PV? Where you go?
No, I went to my university.
Who said that?
You went to TD.
That's a Houston thing.
That's that Houston shit. They go that Houston shit.
I went to school with a girl from Prairie View.
Yeah.
No, my family went to Pretty View. But anyway.
I got my MBA in finance, and it was a waste of my fucking time.
It was a waste because I went to college. I think I was at the school this shit with like 2 years, and then I didn't make the most money I ever made doing hair. Literally,
Listen.
doing hair, I didn't make the most money.
Listen.
None of that shit came from college. I could flip some money, and that shit ain't came. Nothing from college.
Here's the problem, and we are the generation, right? A generation ago, college made perfect sense, but that shit was only like $1,500 for the year. No, and it's not even a joke though. The people in Congress that make the money paid $1,500, $750 a semester, some dumb shit like that. So what happened over the last 20, 30, 40 years, not even 40 years, what happened over the last 20, 30 years, the volume of what the degree is worth, the amount it costs has outpaced what you're going to get for that degree.
I agree.
We as a generation, our people, I love them, but they got us wrong. This was part of this burning building of integration that Dr. King was talking about, right? So they say, go to school, get married early, do all this other shit. When reality, all the married men would say, wait as long as you can. I'm gonna tell my kids, wait as long as you can to get married. Don't go to college if you don't want to, right? Why would I say that? Because you could be a fucking stylist at 15 with a license and do all the college kids' hair and make more money than anybody after they leave.
Bitch, had it popping like a motherfucker in that hoe.
A whole fact, and that's what it is. If we own something, if we invest properly, that's where we at with it. The degrees just ain't worth the paper they written on no more. Literally, in many cases.
Yeah, because not nobody asked me about my degree. They don't ask me shit. Can you do my hair?
Know what, y'all? Know what? I wrote this long list of fucking shit all week and we ain't covered none of it. Like,
why did you think we were?
We use the outline.
We really
no, it's great. It's great.
For all y'all audience, we professional, y'all. We always have an outline, and we on time, and we real organized, and we don't act like all the time.
No, but know what?
It's funny.
The thing I kept saying was we gonna let conversation do what conversation does, and that's exactly what has happened tonight. Is we just let conversation do what conversation does.
Want to talk about? Give us a few of your topics.
Nah, it's cool. We good. We good. Because we go another 2 hours.
You want to ask y'all like, what y'all think
We
about
go another 2 hours.
Lonnie Love. Someone sent the Lonnie Love out.
Somebody said Lonnie Love.
I didn't know who Lonnie Love was until y'all literally put that video on.
Oh, well, I thought y'all too.
Who sent it?
I know.
Oh, Neil.
I did. No. One of us. No. I think Jordan sent it to the group, and then I sent it to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Jordan didn't even hear.
We missing the piece.
Where's
Jordan at? We're going to get on his head.
We never know.
All right, I do gotta.
He'll show up when we're closing it out.
Right, I do.
Do y'all feel? Well, we're gonna get off the
What are your
political
topics? I
stuff.
wanna know what
Yeah, we
topics
want
are.
one of your topics.
Yeah.
I want to know how y'all feel about this Lizzo ass out thing.
Oh, Tony don't want to talk about that.
Why not? What's wrong, Tony?
I don't agree with it. I think
I wouldn't agree if the person was skinny.
I wouldn't agree if the person was skinny, but
Right,
I also
right.
have to
Her
realize
size don't play a part in it, right?
a size don't play a part,
Right.
but I want people to understand it.
It's a bigger canvas.
I want people to think.
Love the way you
I want plus size women to feel like this. When you meet another plus size woman, you don't automatically. Plus size women tend to be. This is a solid thing because before the money, I was bigger than this. I didn't have plus size friends. Like all my friends be smaller. I don't deal with other plus size women, and the reason is because a lot of plus size women can tend to be very competitive, over sexual, want to be the main bitch in charge. I'm not that type of person. I always feel like a nigga gonna fuck with you big or he gonna fuck with you little, regardless if I show my titties today or if I show them in 10 days. I feel like, yeah, she screams confidence to herself, but to me, being a person that's plus size, Lizzo screams like a person that's trying to tell herself she's confident in herself.
Yeah.
And because those likes on Instagram are what feed a lot of people, that fed that attention that she needed from that. I feel she could get her same point if she had not put her ass, because now we list Lizzo as, we have Lizzo, that one song that we think is popping, and then they talk about her ass.
Her ass.
talk about her
No, but listen.
I think that she's always been that way though. Like even from like when she was an indie artist.
Yeah, that's true.
Always overconfident about
But it's
herself.
not overconfident. It's a point of, I feel like Lizzo, like, bro, you make that big. Okay, when you plus size, like you being a plus size woman, I know that
friends be like,
being that I was bigger than I was now, I tend to be a lot of times plus size women can be like a fantasy to a nigga. It's like a fantasy, like niggas want to fuck. A fetish.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a skinny woman.
That's true.
Out of here.
Hey, that's true.
That skinny shit is wild.
Niggas who like skinny women be lying.
Sometimes plus size women can tend to be over sexualized. They tend to be the comedian. They tend to want to do the most. I wasn't like that. Yeah, I was plus size, but my uncles didn't make it like, oh, you need to lose weight. My mom and them didn't say that, oh, you pretty. So I had that confidence on that surface. But on the flip side, my uncles or my family would say, okay, we gonna lose some weight here and there. So it was never told like, hey, yeah, bitch, my family real. Bitch, I did need to lose some weight. You hoes should have told me to lose some weight. I didn't waste it all.
No, like real shit though. Like Jill Scott to me is, oh my god, I love Jill. Like Jill to me is like super sexy.
Down too.
She did, but she's still fluffy.
Her nickname is Slim Thickness.
Still fluffy though.
Like in Africa, they like women that are.
No, I'm just saying older men, like 40 plus, like curvier, thicker.
No. We're not gonna stick at the 40
Well,
plus.
that's the problem.
Most niggas.
No,
older
real-
man, as you mature, the more type variety you like.
Real
I was
niggas.
15 talking about, yo.
What did you say?
Terrell told me he liked them thick at 15.
15.
That was a whole fact.
That was a whole thing.
Listen.
Thick is different than being
No, when I was younger, I mean,
When he
like
was 15 years old.
That's the
15 years
difference. You
old.
can be thick, you can be fat, you can be curvy, and then you could just be like have a
I'm
woman.
thick,
Like
but I'm
sometimes
2 steps from being fat.
No, listen, like Lizzo, a beautiful girl.
I will be in my.
If you look at her face,
Yeah.
She's a beautiful girl.
She's
If you look at her, she's beautiful.
For your
Like
height.
to me, as long as if you carry yourself, you know what I mean, like it's all about how you carry yourself. You know
It
what I'm
was
saying?
sexier. It was sexier when Lizzo was playing the flute and Meg Thee Stallion was popping than Lizzo ass out at the fucking Lakers game.
Exactly, because it was a time and a place for it. That was the time and the place for it. At the game, I really feel like we have to start calculating our antics. She didn't calculate that antics because you don't want that to be in your top 5 of who you are.
Yeah.
That's in her top 5 for who she is. So it's not that. I want your audience to
More than
understand.
her music.
Not that we got no hate on her for being plus size. My thing about it is Lizzo. You in that room, you at that table, It's no longer you pretty for a plus size girl. Lizzo, you're pretty. You like it. But that shit you pulled, my little cousin is I don't want my little cousin looking at Lizzo as a role model no more. Because Lizzo went and did what a lot of those self-esteem women big like that do.
So are you just saying don't look at her as a role model because she's a bigger woman and she did that?
No.
Nothing about her weight.
It's the fact that she did that in general.
Because she's a teacher's figure, and that's how she wanted to see her.
Lizzo is a big enough artist that someone should have told her different.
Rihanna's not a role model for her, but you were not big. You were not big. When I was growing up, the role model that was the closest to my age when I was plus size was fucking Jill Scott. There were not any young girls that were plus size that were mainstream. Lizzo is a young
for a role model for plus size girl.
Lizzo, there are not a lot. Ravi Baby from the DMV, she's a plus size model. Mia, she was in Milan. They're plus size models. Ravi Baby is plus size. She pretty neat. I cannot wait to meet her. She pretty. Ravi ain't never showed her ass and is a sexy ass bitch. It's some tights and some motherfucking Air Force.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to post her ass. That's the type of plus size role model, because the complex of a girl that's plus size when she's 14 and 15 in an Instagram world is that I gotta fuck on a nigga, or I gotta be over sexual or be his homegirl to be with him. And if we're gonna break that mold, the people that are in the room to give that table have to not do shit like that.
And listen, we're not far removed. We're not far removed from black women, being stripped naked and put in zoos just to look at their ass and touch on their private parts.
Are you talking about Sarah?
Sarah Parkman. That's just what we are. That's a whole fact. So we're not far removed from that, even as a history. And not that you want to put the weight of that just on Lizzo's shoulders, but like, if she was going to a concert or even on stage or something, that's a different thing than being at the Lakers game. Though it's not even cute.
I just think like Lizzo, you could do something. It's like I didn't even fuck with your music. I don't fuck with no music like that. Oh Lord.
Before anybody knew what she looked like, it was like a big movement.
She was pretty.
I like her music. It's very upbeat. It's very happy. It makes you feel confident even when you're not.
Let me ask y'all one more thing, because it's getting a little deep. I'm gonna ask you about the Ari Lennox thing and the whole huffing some kind of way, because
first of all,
that's her shit right there. She was
hold on, can I get it out?
What you say now, nigga?
Hold on, Britt. I want no smoke.
You getting real aggressive.
Because she think Ari her friend. She watch this hoe every day.
I love fucking
All right,
Ari.
so no.
I love her too, though. She dope.
Shout out to Dreamville.
Listen, the music is dope, but the whole thing with the huffing some kind of way because some guy said that right. How y'all feel about that?
He said that T on the
Why are we just talking about Ari? Like I want to look better than Ari.
No,
I like Ari.
He said Tiana.
Not what I said.
He said Tiana and Ari are sexy, but he compared to Pitbull. Tiana Taylor.
No, he said Rottweilers. He said Rottweilers.
It's your dog, right?
It's a backhanded ass fucking compliment, and niggas is real good for that.
He a clown for that.
You pretty for a light skinned girl.
Hold on.
What's the problem? What
First off,
ask about how she responded to it, or what is the issue that you're trying to
what to me is okay, right? To me, first of all, fuck what a motherfucker talking about. Point blank, period. A motherfucker gonna say it's always somebody who got something to say. But when you in this, to me, and I don't know how old she is, but they've kind of grown up in this. Right, y'all have grown up in this internet, this social media. Y'all were teenagers in this space. I'm talking about them. Ari, 28. You grew up in this. So what did you expect coming into this business? You expected it to be all positive and all gravy and everybody loving you? Did you not expect the hate? Like, point blank, period. When I was a teenager, they called me fat boy. I wasn't even a fat boy for real. To the point where as though when I met them, I was referring to myself as a fat boy, and I probably wasn't even a fat boy. Even now, I see a fat nigga, and I be like, so what? I ain't even really that fat. And I see a real fat nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But instead of me feeling some kind of way about what people were saying. Oh, fat boys, I roll with it. Oh yeah, I say that. The flesh man. They also call me the fat boy. You know what I'm saying? So why if you in entertainment, do you not expect that?
Why did it bother her so much? I think.
Right.
I don't think it bothered her. I watched her live where she addressed it, and I think that I'm pretty sure you saw the clip that was posted on the Shade Room where it only gave a portion of her live. In her live, she did say that, but she was joking about it as well. She did make some good points at why tear people down. You know, I don't know who initially made the Rottweiler comment, if the man was black or do you know if he's black?
He's black. He's black.
Probably.
So I think what she was trying to say was stop tearing black women down instead of lifting them up. That's it. And she left it alone. And then she started making some other jokes about other things. I don't think that she took it as seriously as what everyone portrayed it to be. She just spoke her piece about it and moved on.
But then but then it comes a point, okay, you become a target when, like, all right, when I have a daughter, you know what I'm saying?
You can say that about Summer Walker, though, because I feel that, you know, I feel that she entered into an industry, because you know that she suffers from social anxiety, and she doesn't want people touching her. She doesn't want to do her concerts because she's so anxious. But I don't understand why enter into an industry in which you are forced. And to see your point more with working with Summer Walker as in with Ari, all she was doing was like, can you hear us?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
All she was doing was just like speaking her piece and then she moved on. Summer Walker entered into a whole fucking industry where she was gonna be put on spotlight knowing that your ass had social anxiety. You was a whole stripper though.
But everybody doesn't know, like, so let me talk about that part.
Well, everybody don't know what. Juice, go ahead.
I don't think everybody knows the real work that goes into the industry. So you might think Summer Walker is saying she should have known. You really don't know till you get there, bro. Like, but Juice, you don't. Listen, bro. When you see cocaine backstage for real, and you really see some shit popping, that's when it's like, oh, this shit really be happening. Or
Baby,
this kind of shit really be going down.
Because
we didn't know. We didn't know.
Y'all know, and it's y'all every motherfucking day homeboy that's living a normal
Some wonderful business owners are Houston snorting lines of cocaine. We really didn't know.
But we also have to understand the way.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like
we have become oversensitive people.
So I agree.
Said about a lot of shit that normally, if we didn't have so much of an audience of other people's opinions behind us, we would be okay with some shit. And then two, niggas just be backhanded like that. Like, I think you gotta understand when it comes with the territory, and maybe that's just me, because I've had some backhand comments, and you gotta have snapback. I'm from Dallas, we're gonna snapback. That nigga said that shit. I'm pretty sure your mama looked like one too, ho. Come find me. That's some shit I really came back with.
You be real mad.
Yeah, I would be mad, but I'm gonna have a comeback for you. I already should have snapped back and went on the best all night.
Look, dog, the dude said they was okay. Look, it was fucked up, but when I looked at the picture of the Rottweiler and I looked at them, I ain't gonna lie, I laughed.
No, listen.
And Tiana Taylor got a real masculine face.
No, they got a curve to their fucking nose, nigga. That shit real.
Ari is also struggling with the fact that they constantly talk about Ari's black features. They talk a lot about Ari.
She's sexy to me.
Right, she is.
Twitter, they talk about Ari not getting her hair done, because a lot of times
that shit beautiful.
Her hair done, and they talk about Ari's nose and her lips. And black people talk about Ari. They say she needs to get some work done on her body because Summer had her butt done. So when they had an interview, her boobs. Summer told Ari that. And so Ari was like, oh my God, I'm surprised. After that, it was a lot of comments on Twitter, black Twitter, that says that Ari needs to get her nose done. She needs to
it got to be women
taken out to get the
face. But why?
A lot of times niggas don't want to.
They some punk.
Them niggas be gay. Them niggas either be gay or it's gay niggas and women.
They ain't no regular dudes.
Hey, cool, they broad is cool.
They ain't no regular niggas. They ain't no regular niggas.
They broad.
I could toss it up in the air for me any day, dog. I think she's sexy.
What you be like? You need to get your body done. Niggas don't do that.
Hey, I love her. She's everything, bro.
I love her.
Listen, how many of us?
Did he say? Did he say you gotta get your nails real pointy too and get some eyelashes?
Yeah.
But hold on.
And I didn't show up to the occasion, and I wasn't together. The same things you're doing. You know, so when niggas be like, "Oh, I don't care about that shit," if I came in that hole and I didn't have
regular niggas care about that.
No real niggas.
Nigga ain't no regular niggas caring about that.
Hey, what you talking about? Listen, if we going out, right?
Well,
we finna go out. We
So
finna
hold
go
on.
out. I finna take you out. I want you to put on some nice looking shit.
But listen, hold on.
If I take you out, I want you to have some nice looking shit on.
You shouldn't throw stones if you live in a glass house. My man, look at your body. Is everything right with how you doing things?
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, everybody got a comment. I'm pretty sure
we already
got a gut like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Well, it is what it is.
Hey, but
we
you
like
said you wasn't. Go ahead.
We like our ladies to be put together. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yes.
That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the hypercritical, the hypercritiquing, specifically of the black woman, don't happen in regular nigga circles. Like, we not going over picking no women apart. Like,
we see
guys
these baby mamas. We know.
Chatty Patty. That's a different kind of dude.
We see your baby
What
mamas.
do you say, Shatty Patty?
Your baby mamas are
listen,
they
bro.
different kind of dudes.
Them baby mamas didn't look like that at first. But look,
Your baby mama was a rock Raleigh.
hey, this what it is. This what I'm gonna do. We going out, right? I think your feet need to be on point, pants, shirt, whatever. Hair look cool. Like, that's really it. Nigga want to see the ass and the titty sitting there. That's it. Nigga ain't really tripping. You ain't gonna have no nigga talking about, girl, your fucking, what kind of eyelashes is them? Or what kind of motherfucking contour? Nigga ain't finna be on that bullshit. Cause at the end of the night, it's like, nigga, it's either going down or not. That's how it
is. Up on my white tee, fam. Don't get makeup. I think too. Also, too, we have to stop being mad when people have preferences. Like, like black women, we have to stop being mad when men say they don't want to date bigger women, or they don't want to date a woman with natural hair, or date a woman that looks like this. Because we don't want to date a short man, or you wouldn't want to date a nigga that's in between growing dreads, or you might not want a nigga that's big belly. Women don't want big. Some niggas want a nigga.
But see, this is the twist. The twist is
in the ugly
stage. If a man say he don't want a woman that has natural hair, or he doesn't want a woman that's dark skinned or light skinned, y'all mad because Chris Brown don't want a light skinned man. But if you say a dark skinned woman, but women get mad if women get mad and want to tell us, I don't want a man with a belly.
Well, I'm gonna say this. No, stop, pause, don't do that, because everybody has their preferences. You can't be mad at somebody just because they don't.
But they do. They was gonna take. They wanted to cancel Chris Brown because he didn't want dark skinned women. But the same.
I wasn't gonna cancel him because I don't like light skinned men. So.
But the whole twist is, what if that light skinned man, what if that light skinned man or that dark skinned woman?
With bellies, because I don't like looking up when I'm sucking dick in the belly. I don't like.
So you don't like looking up at the dick?
No, she don't like looking up at the belly.
At the belly, why? Sucking the dick.
Yeah. Why are you looking up at the belly? Stay focused.
Everybody has preferences. Everyone has preferences. You can't knock somebody for having a preference. I'm sorry.
But you might miss out on your blessing or your man of your dreams by letting that be.
Without a belly. Exactly.
Listen, bro.
I'm talking about a nasty belly, bitch. Now,
a belly is different. You gotta
I don't like looking up and seeing that shit. And I don't like seeing it jiggle when I'm riding dick. But I don't like it. And I don't like titties. I like it. I feel like I'm looking when he's sorry. So I didn't mean to go there like that.
Nah, that's you okay, sister. Go ahead and go there.
Because I'm tired of y'all saying, you don't miss the build up. Now, bitch, everybody got their own preferences. I'm done.
Hey, Rel, this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 76.
Everybody got what they like. I like niggas with surf bellies and goddamn grills and shit. Jeannie might like a nigga with something else and some chains and shit. You have to be okay with what you like and work with what goes in your home and what works for you. And if we get off the fucking social media trying to get approval for everything, then you know you would kind of probably, get somewhere. But as long as we're trying to see who's approving it is, so I got to put a heart all over his face because I don't want to show him, or I can't show my friends that this nigga in between jobs.
They was
You show the arm like that.
You putting a heart all over there so you don't have to hurt.
This is the arm picture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do know.
Hey. All right, y'all. I think we should end it right
Wrap it
here.
up.
This is brothers talking shit. First of all, we want to
Hold on, we
thank.
gotta do our outro. Come on,
Wait a minute.
So we can go because we got 2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she great do something. I was like,
Me too. Like, oh shit, oh, this the after.
This gonna go on the worldwide internet. We not gay. I'm saying this is all real niggas. Call me, come book y'all hair appointments, and I got brothers and shit. Hold on, we got
I got a real quick question before everybody leaves. Anybody married to a white woman?
Hell no.
Fuck.
I'm a man
Wait
with
a
pride.
minute.
I don't do shit like that.
Hey, that's an offline conversation where they took bets on who had a white woman. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Go ahead, continue.
Any of us feel like men who was married to a white woman?
Okay, if you thought that any of us would be, which one would it be? Answer that.
Of us four.
Of us four, if you thought any of us would be married to a white woman, which one? If you
No, we didn't have a
First of all, I would tell you, I thought it was you, Real.
Yeah. I would say
Real.
Only white wife in it.
And I would say Mike. I say Mike.
Oh no, he's so big. They had to play prime program for the whole family.
Did we cover some of your topics? That's what I wanted to know. Like, I know.
Now listen, this was perfect.
Okay, so this is Jen Bunny. You can find her on Instagram, the owner of the little pink handbook and also of Bunny Bits on our show. And this is Britt,
And I am the owner of the Lux Custom Travel Agency and the Lux travel feed. So if you're looking
So if a nigga trying to take a trip, we need to call you.
Yes, book your trip. Payment plans available. Travel, see the world, no matter what budget that you have. What else?
And bitches want bags and trips, so book with Brittany. And I'm Tony B, the stylist. You can find my link in my DM, the hottest stylist in Houston. And we're just the hottest podcast in the city. Y'all check us out, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Every other Monday, y'all can catch us at D-Boy doing street interviews. And who are we, y'all? We are the Groupchat Live. Thank y'all for having me.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go left on y'all.
No, you good.
Nah, you just don't want to look up at no stomachs while you sucking that meat. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, listen. This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 76. Ladies, we appreciate y'all. Wonderful episode. Bro, I'm not sending you the fucking list. Fuck that list.
Our thumbnail, because we cute right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're doing?
That's what they do on YouTube, bitch. Them little kids,
Hey,
cute thumbnail.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Fellas, I love y'all.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
We just going away and that's it?
No, just
So my whole
Drop it separately.
yeah.
right then when they come on, we'll just stop it.
We can stop it, and then they'll bring it to a file.
But yo, the thing with y'all, with Houston though, Juice, y'all had them like. I ain't gonna say y'all had them because I always felt like that offense is vicious, but it was like watching that shit. I'm like, all right,
listen,
no, y'all
Tony,
jumped on them though. Y'all jumped
Tony
on them.
Romo calling it the way anybody would. Bill O'Brien made a great decision when they got to fourth down. We were on our 25. He was gonna go for
that
it.
Field goal,
he decides to go for the field. It's like, why are you doing that? Even if you don't get it, they're still in field position to where they gotta work the field. Then my nigga goes for a fake fucking punt on
bad.
their end of the field. He gave them field position 4 times. Then that whack ass nigga dropped the fucking ball on the fucking return. He fumbled it on the return. Like, dog, that whole game. Straight out
like, boop, I'm like,
yeah, that whole game for me was like, bro, somebody makes a call. I swear to God, I really feel like somebody makes a call and they say, hey, that ain't how it's gotta go.
You can't
Call
have all that shit.
this.
Come on, Juice. Don't do that, Juice. Don't be that
I
guy.
no,
You
I
a
look,
sports
look.
fan, Juice.
I
Don't do
am,
that.
but
I know
I've
you heard
No,
always,
bro. No, like
I've always
literally
felt like that.
So
I've always,
he-
even as a sports fan.
So here's our twist, yo. There's a guy who literally gets the crowd hype. Like he is the Baltimore Ravens hype man. They didn't bring him out until the end of the dance. We was all the way through the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We like, I mean, literally, when he
It
get
was
up there and
weird.
take his shirt off and do his RAVE, the crowd goes bananas.
Like 10 minutes in, usually.
Yeah,
they show him 3 or 4
yeah.
times a game.
Right.
Normally.
He was late. He was late.
Bro.
We like, where he at? I think he in the hospital. That's how,
Right, that's how
he
weird
be.
it was. Yeah, like, damn, something must have happened to somebody or him or his family. Like, literally, that's who we are with it.
He
Because
a staple of the experience at the stadium.
Right.
You know how it be.
Right. Them one guy, it's a couple guys,
defense
right.
nigga.
Yeah. Clipper Durrells, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Jeff Nicholson. Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
He's
Spike
back.
Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee. Yeah. So that shit was just weird, yo.
He'd be like, oh, hey, he do that. And then he'd be like, the Hulk Hogan shit. Like, I can't hear you. Then he'd be like,
Right.
oh,
Or he'd be like,
no,
steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, where you at, yo?
Yeah.
Where you at? It was weird. I don't know.
No, that shit was just a weird ass weekend, dog.
The
Like,
vibe,
especially
the vibe was
them
off,
AFC
yo.
games. Them AFC games was like,
yeah, the vibe was
crazy.
way off, yo.
Because look, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the Texans game. We got to drop Breeze, so they scored that first drain. I'm like, all right, but like you said though, Juice, the shit that had me, y'all had it forth from where y'all was going for it. I guess the clock was running low or something. They called the timeout.
They say somebody didn't line up right, and they had to call the timeout.
Somebody. They was calling it for somebody.
Subbing.
Like,
I don't believe that.
You gotta play when you play a team like that, an offense like that. You gotta go for the kill, dog. When you sit back and you got the momentum like you got the momentum like that.
Books. Go ahead,
I
my
don't
bad.
know, dog. When you got the, I don't want to. If all that, I'll stop watching. If I got to sit back here and wonder if it's
okay. Let me give you an example. Let me give you some more examples. And I don't want to be that guy, but it's like, look, if it's a good game, if it's just a good, like to me, throw a pick, fumble, play a bad game, then we having a different conversation. When you go to Kansas City, my nigga, and you go up 24-0 in Kansas City, they're fucked. They're out of the game.
Doing nothing. They're not doing nothing.
You mean to tell me they scored 41 unanswered points?
That shit was crazy.
In football?
Nigga, they scored 28 points before the half.
But
they scored 28 points in the quarter.
But yeah, off
10
bullshit.
Minutes. Yeah.
Off bullshit. It wasn't like they worked the field. Look at the D. The defense was good. Kelsey was fucking dropping passes and shit. Tyreek Hill. Nobody was really
all them cats was dropping. Oh, that hit Tyreek Hill took across the middle too.
Dog,
I really Yo, no help. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's how you hit a nigga.
It was clean. I really think it's something like, okay, for instance, let's go back to us. A couple plays I could think of, and I said then I would never watch football again. The one play was Seattle Seahawks when they didn't give it to Marshawn. I was like, bruh, I would never understand that call, and it doesn't make sense football-wise, especially when they were first. They had the first down. So
I mean, Marshawn Lynch was Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, and the next play was when I think Seattle played. It was the year before. I want to say maybe the year before
when they played San Fran.
Yeah, and
Richard, it was the Richard Seymour and Crabtree play.
Was it that one or was it another one? I think it was a hike, and it was really a fumble. Some call it was like so blatant they fucked it up. It was 2 times, and I just think that Marshawn call was like my last straw with the NFL. I said, bro, you know what? This shit is really, I'm never going to watch. I don't understand this shit. I'm never going to watch this shit again. But, I got suckered in. I'm getting to shine.
I think the whole Marshawn thing is, with the way he was, they didn't want him to be, that would have made him larger than life. And then the way he is about shit. Y'all seen the speech he had the other day on the podium?
I loved it. I loved it, yeah.
Right, he don't play by...
Nobody rules. He been playing by Marshawn Lynch rules the whole time. So it's Buffalo. Right. Yeah.
So I really feel like they didn't want him to be the stuff. They wanted it to be about Russell Wilson, and it ended up being his team and everything. I don't want to. If we get into some fix, I think it's easier to fix basketball than it is to fix a football game.
You can fix a football game easy, and it don't even take a lot of people to do it.
You think so?
Hell yeah. Bro, it take one nigga to make one dumb call like what Bill O'Brien did. Hey, instead of doing – because think about this. A 28 to zip game is a different game than 24 to zip game. 28 is different.
They had the young boy Hartman dropped the pass. Kelsey's dropping passes. Hill got lit up. Hill fumbled on the punt return. Like, everything that could go right for y'all was going right. I'm like, damn, these niggas about to really just blow them the fuck out.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't know, man. I'ma always feel when it's money on the line. I look at that like, how do you look at these big teams and they just come in and I mean maybe it does happen. It just when they say weird is a good term. It feels
it felt weird, yo.
It's more money in going into the AFC Championship game with Baltimore and Kansas City even than you can either one of those three
There's
teams.
more money with the perennial Super Bowl favorites, and you have the team that's a 10-point underdog. There's more money in that.
And didn't even throw the ball. Like, they made receivers ain't even get off. Brown ain't get off at all. They main boys, it was just Henry.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a State Farm Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
They used to all the commercials they were showing the Patrick Mahomes and shit like that. I mean, I know
him and Aaron Rodgers together. So that might be the moneymaker right there.
Yeah.
Because the Ravens versus, what's the name? I don't think Kansas City would have better do nothing with the Ravens.
Hey, because I don't think the Titans or the Chiefs really played. Like looking at the game, I can't say like, God damn, they was balling. Like, they just took advantage of errors. They played a good football game, as good as a team could play. But Kansas City had short field. Baltimore just, I don't know, didn't show up.
Couldn't get a yard, yo. Our receivers was pulling their hands back. Alligator, yo, it was crazy, bro. After going 14-2, right, you saw we went to Kansas City. We got handled by them pretty good, right? And then we came back. We only lost 33-28, right? So we was coming back, right, on them. And then we lost by 15 to Cleveland. Other than that, we seriously dominated the entire goddamn season.
12-game winning streak.
And to come into that last night.
Against playoff teams.
Right.
During that winning streak.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we beat goddamn on San Francisco. We beat Seattle. We beat Buffalo. We beat New England. Right? New England was undefeated. Like, we beat H-Town. Like, it just felt really weird to come in there and get handled by Tennessee, who wasn't doing anything spectacular on defense, and they damn sure wasn't doing anything spectacular on offense. I couldn't name one receiver on the Tennessee Titans today. Right?
I know the boy Brown, that's it.
Guess what I thought was weird?
Hollywood was the only person that showed up, yo.
Guess what I thought was weird? You know, we set our starters for Tennessee to win that game, and that's how they got into the fucking playoffs.
Right.
And then
it was funny. They talked about it. They was like, one game by Fitzmagic was literally the difference because Tennessee would have had to play Kansas City last week had New England won, because New England would have been the 2 seed. Remember, New England lost the 2 seed in week 17.
Playing Miami.
Yeah. Fucking Fitzpatrick. I see that motherfucker, I'm going to kick him right in his knee.
That should be. Where was
the 3 tight end set? We said that.
Nothing, yo.
Where was bubble screens? We ain't see a screen all night.
If Ingram hurt, he need to sit. Then they had him sitting in the second quarter. I'm like, they had his leg wrapped up on TV.
Gus the
Then he back in the third quarter. I'm like,
yeah.
If he questionable, you got him, and what's the other boy you got? Gus the Bus and who else? The other boy.
Justice Hill.
Right.
We was good. We was ready to roll. In my eyes with that. Give him the ball.
Yeah. It was tough, yo.
Oh, did you know somebody died at the stadium?
Yeah. Collapsed going up to their seat. Yeah.
That's a tough fucking break.
Yeah.
So it said collapsed. Then I read something said he might have tripped and fell.
Oh, for real?
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah. That's tough.
I'm up a deck. Yep.
Wow.
30-something years old, I think.
Oh, for real?
Damn.
Say he was a personal trainer, so I don't know about that. I heard that. I read the collapse story first, too.
Hey, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Send me that. Never mind. Send me the yeah.
Hey man,
How
we
you want
gonna
me to
have
send
to
it
get
to you?
on this Messiah too at one point.
How you want me to send it, Neef?
Just text it to me.
I
What's the premise?
text you from where?
Pause that. Pause the drink.
You want to stop recording?
Yeah.